Let's be honest guys, some of the best games actually never made it to the spotlight. They are literally buried under the massive game library of Steam. So today in this video, I'm gonna bring you 10 super underrated free-to-play games that you probably never played or never even heard before. And I personally think they are really fun and creative and totally worth your time. And also guys, this is going to be the part 2 of this video. So if you still haven't watched the part 1, I will link it down in the pinned comment. Anyway, let's jump right into it. Alright, I'm starting with this super cool little free-to-play puzzle game called Helltaker. So this one is a single-player puzzle game where you go to hell to build a harem of demon girls, and it's a mix of these Sokobon style puzzles, you know, these pushing blocks and dodging spikes kind of stuff. It got pretty fun, fast-paced and super tight gameplay. There are several levels in the game and each level feels like a mini brain teaser where you got limited number of moves to reach the demon girl at the end, and if you mess it up, no worries, you can simply restart it again. There's not much of a story, but you will find some interesting characters with some weird dialogue choices. It's fun and hilarious. It's only gonna take you around an hour to complete, so it's a pretty short and sweet game and got some pretty impressive Steam reviews, right now sitting on 96% overwhelmingly positive reviews. So if you get some spare time for a quick little puzzle game, it's an awesome game to check out right now. Have any of you guys remember this super cool arcade racing game that was super popular back in about 10 years ago? And yes, I'm talking about Asphalt 8 Airborne. And this game was so much fun to play back in the day. It was my go-to racing game on my phone. But the thing is, a lot of you guys actually don't know you can still download and play this game natively on PC without using any emulators. But unfortunately, you won't find the game on Steam. It is right now only available on Epic Game Store as well as on the Microsoft Windows Store. It is still hands down one of the best free racing games to play, especially if you have a low-end PC or a laptop that doesn't have a big graphic cards or CPU, anything like that. This one still delivers that adrenaline pumping arcade racing experience for absolutely free. It got very easy to understand, control, super addictive gameplay, and over 300 plus licensed cars. Got plenty of options to find your perfect ride. And since the game natively available on PC, it does support keyboard and mouse and also your controllers. It's totally free to check out and it's absolutely worth giving it a try even in 2025. Moving on to a really awesome tactical card game called Cards. So this one is a free-to-play World War II card battler that is available right now on Steam, and honestly it is way cooler than I expected. Gameplay wise, it got that classic turn-based combat feel, but it throws in some really unique mechanics, like you are not just throwing around cards and hoping for the best. You have to manage your front line, deploy unit more strategically, and play around with the real World War factions like Germans, US or Soviets. And each nation deck has its own flavor and different playstyles. On top of everything, it got some pretty dramatic music and some super cool voiceovers. So overall, if you're into this style of more like a strategy-based, tactical, card battler style of games, pretty fun game to play right now, and it is very popular on Steam, having more than 5,000 plus daily concurrent players. I recently found out this pretty cool fun free shooter game called Sonotics, and I'm sure 90% of you never even played or heard about this game before. So it's a totally free to play, open source, fast paced arena style of a shooter that is like a love letter to all classic games like Quake or Unreal Tournament. It's not available on Steam, Epic Game Store or any other major platforms. The only way you can download it right now directly from their website. The gameplay is all about speed and agility. You got these sick movement mechanics, strafe jumping, bunny hopping, rocket jumping, that let you zip around the map like a pro. It's super fast paced and extremely fun to play. It got a bunch of game modes like deathmatch, capture the flag, clan arena, and also let you play both single player as well as online PvP with other players. Honestly, there are tons of servers to choose from, but unfortunately there's not a lot of people playing the game right now on PvP, but you can still enjoy the single player campaign totally offline and enjoy all the game modes that is available. There are tons of primary and secondary weapons with different fire modes, different grenade types that you can pick up. It is so much fun to play, especially if you have a low-end PC or a laptop. This is an extremely fun game to play right now, and the download size is only like 1.2 GB. Moving on to a pretty cool co-op puzzle game on Steam, super fun to play right now, especially if you got a buddy who's down to hop on voice chat. This game is called Weaver here. I'm sure you probably heard about this franchise. There are a bunch of games available, some are given free before, but this one is totally free to check out. So in this game, you and your partner are literally stuck in this creepy abandoned castle. As you separated, the only way you can communicate is through these old walkie-talkies. So one of you see the puzzle, so other one has the clue, so you basically have to describe what you see. So there's a lot of communication, a lot of teamwork involved, and definitely a one-of-a-kind experience. It's basically a co-op game, so there's no way you can play this game single player solo. So definitely need to have a friend, especially on voice chat. Makes this game so much fun and easy to play. It's not a long game by any means, will take you around 2-3 hours to complete, and it's totally free to check out right now. Moving on to a very awesome little hidden indie gem called Kingdom Classic. So this one is a super chill pixel art side-scrolling strategy game where you play as a monarch on a horseback. You basically just roll with a handful of coins and start build your own little kingdom. You have to hire peasants, give them jobs, build up walls and defenses. Pretty low-key at first, but at night things gonna get spooky. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but this beautiful retro pixelated art style and the ambient music just goes so well together. It's a very simple little game with some management element and a surprisingly fun gameplay loop. So overall, if you're in for a cool little strategy game with a beautiful pixelated art style, this is a very fun game to try out right now, and it's very easy to run even if you have a super low-end PC. Alright, next up we got a pretty awesome game that is probably my favorite from our today's list, and it is called Nightfall: A Daring Journey. So believe it or not, it's more like a co-op battle royale style of a game, but basically in this game you and your buddy play as two knights on a quest to snag a magical rose. But instead of usual swordplay, you are drifting horses like you're in a medieval Fast and Furious game, and it sounds ridiculous, but it's actually a thing here. It's hilarious and so much fun to play around with. So basically your goal is to race from town to town, try to beat other duos and shelter before the nightfall, because if you don't, you're gonna freeze. And on top of everything, the game throws you guns, grenades, even a trumpet for a good measure. It's absolutely free to check out, and it's so much fun to play, unlike anything out there right now, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. That's why make this game so much fun to play in my opinion. Next up we got Postal Royale. Despite the name, it is actually not a battle royale game. In fact, it's more like a top-down arcade shooter that is so much fun to play. The game actually came on the April 1st as an April Fool joke by the folks who are behind the Postal series, and you can totally enjoy the game single player as well. In this game, you play as a female protagonist in this postal universe. The gameplay is very straightforward. You basically have to survive waves of enemies, racking up high scores, maybe flip a car or two just for fun. And right now the game is having like 3 main levels and a few DLC levels. It got that classic top-down arcade shooting. It's still pretty fun and chaotic once you get the hang of it. It's a very short and sweet game, totally free to check out, download and enjoy the game if you don't mind some humor. Next up, we are moving on to the most underrated tactical FPS on Steam right now, and that is Operation Harsh Doorstop. If you're someone who regular viewer of my channel, you probably already know about this game by now. But otherwise, this is a completely free-to-play, tactical, hardcore first-person shooter, aims to blend that realism of a game like Squad with the modding flexibility of a game like Arma. You can jump into single-player missions, co-op with your friends, or battle it out in the multiplayer mode. The game supports mods through the Steam Workshop, so there are a lot of community-driven content to explore. It's a super realistic tactical game, so if you're a fan of games like Call of Duty, this is probably not for you, but of course you can use different mods to turn down the difficulty and tune it however you like. The core gameplay focuses on infantry combat with some vehicle action. There is a fortification system where you can build defenses, and communication is absolutely the key. The game is totally free to play, and there is no microtransaction or anything like that, and the devs are continuously adding new features, new stuff to the game, which is always great to see. So if you're in the market for a free tactical shooter, definitely give it a try on Operation Harsh Doorstop. Alright, finally we are moving on to a brand new game that is just dropped on Steam few days ago, and it is called Hexpunk. It's a free-to-play arcade shooter where you play as one of these two punky characters, Hemlock or Faraday. Basically in this game, your goal is to shut down this raw reactor that's tearing open portals and unleashing all kinds of monsters at you. It's a very short, fast-paced co-op shooter with magical meets cyberpunk vibe, and surprisingly it is quite fun to play. The gameplay is pretty straightforward, third-person shooting with some cool magical abilities. You can play solo or team up with your friends online. The game literally just dropped on Steam, so honestly there is not a lot of people playing at the moment, but it's definitely a fun way to kill an hour or two, especially if you got a friend to play with you. Well, there you have it guys, 10 awesome, completely free to play, super underrated games you can play right now on PC. And if you watch the video till the end, I'm sure you will find at least a couple of these games interesting. And if you still haven't watched the part 1 of this video, I will link it down in the description and the pinned comment. And also don't forget to like this video if you want to see the part 3 of this series. I'll catch you guys soon in the next one. Stay safe.